Hey everyone, how are you? Today we're here with Peter's 38. What's up, Peter? What's up,
brother?
Everything okay?
Cool.
Today we're going to show you his A3. It's one of the best built new cars in Brazil, in my opinion, because I think it's very difficult to find a car at the level he managed to build. And like it or not, it took many years to build the car, right? 10 years. 10 years. Just searching for parts here, searching for parts there, trying to find a part at a good price, and import someone who brought the part, right?
Exactly. 10 years of design.
And this car here, let's start the paint job, which I see is beyond perfect, the smoothest imaginable. How was this painting and polishing done?
Yes, it was black. That black on the A3 was ninja black. Ninja black. It was ninja black when I got it in 2000, and I've had it since 2010. It was ninja black in 2010. Not in 2010, but in 2012 I got the car with ninja black, and it really bothered me that it was a bit dull.
Right? Every time I polished it, left it shiny, and then put it in the light, it would turn a bit brown, the color would change a bit. Then when I went to do the full paint job, I took it to Arvid, the Arvid garage, and chose it. I said, dude, I want the blackest black possible. He made a black with zero pigment, zero pigmentation. So, it was blacker than Cadillac black, for example, an exclusive black. There's no pigmentation, all black. And then you did the polishing part yourself. The polishing part was done by Arvid in 2020, 2018, 2019. Then in 2020, I started taking care of it, polishing it myself and leaving it in the condition it's in today. Today we see, I'll post some close-up shots for you later. The paintwork looks like it was painted yesterday. The car is so new, it's impressive. I dare say that my car, which is 2016, which is much newer than this one, the paintwork isn't as new as this one. Surprisingly, it looks like it was painted yesterday, brand new from the factory.
You usually see that stripe on the glass where I shaded the glass. It's
usually the darkest part of the car. It becomes lighter next to the color of the car. Ah, so there's this big color difference. It's because any car you see black, you'll see the stripe on the glass. It's darker than the paint. In this case, the paint stands out. This part remains lighter than the glass. Let's talk about the engine now. Then we'll move on to the wheel and suspension. This car has a lot of parts assembled. It's truly a project that wasn't just about the aesthetics. It was about the engine, the dashboard, the interior. There's a lot to this car. And I usually say that this is a very exclusive project here in Brazil. In fact, even foreigners from abroad, as he himself said, end up sending messages, seeing photos, wanting to see the car, because it's a foreign level project that we have here in Brazil, and it's hard to even find someone who's reached this level in this car, right?
Man, I don't know. Honestly, no, I'm not being arrogant. I don't know a car at this level of assembly here, no. I'll show you here. I'll put some shots for you, so you can see the engine, and he'll explain to you what was done here in the differential motorization. Man, this engine is a 1.8, right? 150 horsepower. You can tell by the accelerator, it's finished. I got it with 90,000 kilometers on the clock. At 120,000, I decided to upgrade to stage 3. So I replaced the turbo, installing a domestic turbo, but it didn't work out very well. I brought the turbo from XS Power Americana and assembled it along with the Sachs Stage 2 clutch, which is a slip-on clutch for up to 350 horsepower. I also did the methanol tuning, which came out at 285, and now it has 285 horsepower at the wheels with 44 kilograms of torque tuned by the DeSoto. Inside, it also has an S3 steering box, a Golf 1.46 speed TSI manual transmission, an intake, an S3 8L box filter, an S3 torsion bar, Porsche covers, which is the aesthetic part, an S3 120 alternator, an SS short shifter. That's what we have here in the engine part. And this hose here was also enlarged. This hose isn't the same size. It's the original standard, but it's from Metal Horse. It has a little more flow. Perfect. Got it? S3 alternator, S3 steering box, Golf TSI gearbox, and tuned with ethanol.
And the exhaust?
2.5 full exhaust made by Gibbs caps.
Perfect. And the tips are?
Gibbs caps.
Gibbs caps too. The tips. I'll post a take for you, so you can get a feel for it, which also matches the car's setup perfectly. What I like most, what I often say, is the way I like to build my car. It's a modified car, but for someone who's never seen the car, looking at it and thinking that everything was born in the car, it came from the factory. Because you can see it's a modified car. Anyone who knows it knows it's modified, but everything is so. The parts fit together so well. You can see the car's style is so well made that you even wonder if the car was assembled or if it just came out that way. It was so perfect, right? It's hard to find a design these days where nothing stands out or is very unusual. Here you can see it's a
clean car.
So clean, it could very well have left the factory looking like this. Obviously, the factory would never ship it with Z wheels, right? But it would be amazing if this model came out of the factory like that, right?
I forgot to mention there's also a front-mounted intercooler, not visible at all and really big. The intercooler isn't small, but it's always very well installed so nothing shows, which helps a lot with the car's air cooling.
And now we'll move on. Let's talk a little about the wheels. Here we have some AOS wheels, another light one. The tire size and type he's using here are already in the idea of a steel tire, right?
It's the Yokohama AD09 Neova, right?
And their size is
235/404 wheel drive. And another question, are the wheels there? 8-inch, without a spacer.
Without a spacer, it's already like this. It's
like this.
Damn, it's amazing.
Without any spacer.
So, for those who have an A3, this one, the wheels already know that to get them perfectly level, without a spacer, they have to be ultralight and they have to be the original Z, right?
And they also have to be a 35 offset, because there are two ultralight Z offsets, 35 and 42. If it's 42, the brakes won't fit, it has to be 35.
Wow, cool. So, look, a piece of information for those who have an A1 here and want to do a project and build an OZ. You need to pay attention to this too. And it's not just buying the wheel and expecting it to work, because
if it's a 42, I'll have to use a spacer.
So much so that I didn't even know there was this difference. You're the one telling me now. So much so that it won't even fit a 42, but you won't be able to fit a big brake. The brakes
are 18 Brembo, 6-piston, Brembo discs, stands made by Sandro Brake, and Brembo pads.
Brembo pads. So everything is top of the line here, 100%.
No, they're not Freemax discs. They're not Brembo discs at all.
Yes, no, you see, here in this project, there was no saving money. We always bought the best, the highest quality. And another thing, right? This car here today is worth 10 times more than what it varies, both for its paint job and also for all the accessories it's been fitted with for many years, right? I often say that nowadays, sometimes, when people are involved in projects, they're like, oh, he has money. That's why he set it up that way. But people don't realize that the best projects, in my opinion, are projects that are put together over 8, 9, 10 years. Because no one has the money to spare to go out and spend 20,000 or 30,000 once. And so, many people, sometimes out of envy or misunderstanding, end up saying, oh, it was easy, he has money. And from the cheapest car to the most expensive, sometimes the guy is there struggling, trying hard, saving money month after month to get it together. It's not easy. Nowadays, we know that everything in Brazil is very expensive, right? So, you spend many years working there, saving up that little bit of money each month to gradually build the car to reach this level, right? And at this level, there are many people who don't have the time or patience to work to save up the money, look for the parts, bring them in, and actually build them. So, this has great sentimental value, right? It wasn't just buying the car and building it, it was all the parts research and development, because there are things the car didn't have, right? Chasing after professionals who might be able to do what you wanted to include in your project that no one had done yet. Because I believe there are things here that probably other cars at the time hadn't built. So you were the developer, you managed to find someone to develop, to build the first one to see if your gear is an example of this. You were the first to put the Golf 1.4 transmission here in Brazil. We already had one in Brazil. We knew it would work, so we built it here. Yes, I paid $800 at Krista for that transmission. These days, this transmission is available used, with people selling it for $15, $12, $15,000 used, and I paid $800 new. And now we're going to talk about the brakes, right? The rear calipers. First, why are there two calipers? For those who don't understand, explain it to us.
I had to install a second caliper on the rear because the handbrake isn't electronic, and the original A3 has a solid disc, so I had to use the caliper from the S38L, which is already a ventilated disc, to get it to work with the handbrake. Because the 4-piston Brembo caliper I use on the rear, with a 330 disc, doesn't have a cable entry.
Got it. And on the front?
356 front, Camaro disc, right? But Brembo with an 18Z caliper, 6 pistons.
So much so that nowadays, to get rid of a car, there's no point in coming with a low offer. It's not for sale, okay? I'll tell you right away that it's not for sale. But if someone decides to start a project like this today, it won't cost less than 200. It won't.
Cost less than 200,000 to do it.
It won't cost less than 200, assuming you'll find the parts at a very good price. Assuming you'll find quality professionals to assemble it, because good professionals are very expensive, right? So here's a project that costs no less than 200 to assemble and sell. I wouldn't sell it for 200 either, because I know it at all. And like it or not, here you have, like it or not, this was your first audio system. Of the two, which ones? The first A3 in 2005, the first A3 in 2010. I kept it until 2014, when it was broken down and parked in front of my house. It was a naturally aspirated 1.8, the same 8L version, right? But it was brand new for the time because in 2010, a 2005 car is a 5-year-old car.
Yes, it
had an 01M transmission and such. Parked in front of the house, the woman crashed into it. I got this one in 2015. Then I started the little project on it. It's been, like, 15 years since I had an A38L. So much so that I have 3 A3S. Today, there's an A38L, there's an A38V that's in there, which is my everyday car, the everyday 8 volts. From the back, I think you'll be able to see it. And there's the E, there's the P here, which is mine between my partners here in the garage. We have 3 of us.
We'll show you the 8 volts in a next video. We'll show you that it's still being assembled, right? I'm still choosing the parts, assembling a few things.
But it's been 20 years, 15 years, 20 years, almost 20 years of A3.
Oh, so basically you're a 100% audio fan.
Until I have 3 by 3.
Yes, the story begins. Was this your first? No.
This was the second 8L. I didn't have the means to design the first 8L. I was still working under the CLT at the time and couldn't assemble it. But this one, thank God, was blessed, assembled little by little, because it's not easy, like you said. Most of the parts here were brought from abroad. The cover was brought from abroad, the clutch from abroad, the turbine from abroad, a lot of things came from outside Brazil. So it's not easy to assemble, it's not cheap. And even for me, it wasn't cheap.
And back then, we also didn't have the ease of importing that we have today. Although everything is very expensive today, back then, we didn't have much knowledge. The internet wasn't so easy to find what we needed. There was no eBay or AliExpress, which is a huge help. Sometimes, eBay could get a turbine from an American to ship here. There wasn't. Back then, it was a struggle to find someone who could, someone who would look.
Bring it, and then come back and bring it to you. It's all very complicated to bring things from abroad, but there are a lot of things that came from abroad. Short shift DCS. I had to buy it from CS itself. Look, it was $150. I paid $50 in the end. Today, if you bring it in, look, it's $150 there. You'll bring it in and it'll cost $400 for a short shift, 2 small parts.
Yes.
For gearboxes. It's complicated.
Another thing that's also cool, I'll lower it here. I'll put the take for you, so you can take a look. Well, the interior of this car was completely modified. So, one of the cool things there that I think a lot of people didn't think of and maybe didn't even imagine was possible, right? You made a modification to the interior. What were the modifications?
Here? Let's go. I started with the Evo dynamic seat, front and rear, the front electric. In the rear, we had to adapt the original Evo seat upholstery, put the Golf MK4 seat upholstery behind it so it could fold down, be functional, and everything was perfect. And the installation was done by Harvard.
The support wasn't a bracket, nothing was cut from the car. They made a bracket to attach to the EVC support so it's plug and play. So much so that if I want to return the car's original seat, I'll return the original seat and sell the Bavoke as an original seat too. Wow, cool. That's what was done to the interior, besides the black headliner and Alcantara in some parts of the interior. Wow, cool. So, besides installing the seats, everything is still 100% functional, because normally you go there and install them, but but there's the electrical part to raise and lower the seat, this and that.
Adjust the seat, which is mechanical.
So, everything is really original standard, without any hacks. Everything is so standard that anyone looking at it can't tell if it was tampered with or if it came with the car. So, that's really cool. And one of the things I like the most, which I also thought was really cool that he managed to do, was the dashboard. He managed to input turbine pressure,
air temperature, oil temperature, battery voltage. The scanner itself is on the vcds panel, for example, to retrieve errors, clear errors, vlog, everything on the dashboard.
Damn, awesome. I think a lot of people still, and I don't know much about this platform, the people who own the cars, don't have much contact, but I believe there probably aren't many cars with this type of dashboard. The first one in Brazil to bring this dashboard came from Ukraine. So, when I bought it from the guy who makes the dashboard, he said, wow, this is the first one I'm sending to Brazil. There are a lot of cars these days. There are a lot of people making this dashboard, bringing it from abroad to install here in Brazil. Quote, and one of the coolest things about it, I didn't even imagine it would be possible, but it has an integrated VCDS, right? So, you can pull errors, check them instantly. Log, like you said, it also has all the
turbo information, all.
The information is in real time, right? It's beyond exactly what's happening. So, turbo pressure is in real time, oil temperature is in real time. Everything really is in the original standard. It even has the car that appears on the onboard computer. It's the car. This car is an original photo of this car. It's not a fictional car, it's the real car. So that's another really cool thing, right? What else do we have? A steering wheel, right? An Alcantara steering wheel. And then an Alcantara door lining. What else? Inside, that's it. Black interior, right? Black headliner, everything all black. And the exterior, we didn't mention, all full LED, okay?
LED projector, all LED, all the original headlights replaced.
Original tail light.
Original tail light. We already mentioned the brakes, right?
Oh, we forgot something.
What? We
Forgot the suspension. Ah, Buston B14 suspension. First, the 38L with Buston B14 in Brazil. I brought it straight from Germany because they didn't have it in Brazil. We had to have it manufactured. It was almost a year of waiting to be able to install the suspension here. Wow, awesome. So, this car here, like it or not, was a development car. So, for Brazilians, many people have never seen it, and even today, many people don't have it, at this level, and you were able to develop a lot of things either through your own development or through a company saying, hey, I need this, you don't have it, develop it, sell it to me.
A 38L with Bills is available here, but I'm not aware of it. And the official distributor in Brazil here at Bilst said they don't have it. They've never sold a suspension like that for a 38. The PS3 already has it, but the A38L doesn't have it yet.
And there's another thing, too. Whoever's never had a Buston, if they ever drive a Buen, will know what a Buen really is. Tell me, today, even a Ford K, a Corcino Wind. If you have a Corcino Wind, you'll drive a Buston. This guy here, he said, no car of mine will ever run without it again. The Combi will run with Buen. The guy became a fan of the brand, and I haven't driven his car yet, but he and another friend of ours, Lucao, have a Buston, and they both said, man, Buston has a level like this that, once you put it on your car, you'll never want to drive any car without it again. And then, later on, I'll save up some money, right? It's not cheap. I'll get there and I'll also install a BTEN on my A3. And then I'll truly have a car I can accelerate, drive day to day. And I know that reliability and comfort are aligned with performance, right? Because like it or not, it's a suspension that has everything. In this case, it's not adjustable, right? It
Has height adjustment.
okay? The
Only thing it doesn't have is hardness, which is a B14. The B14 only adjusts height. The B16 adjusts both height and hardness.
perfect.
This hardness is factory made. It was custom made for this car by Buston itself and sent here. It just doesn't have hardness adjustment, but I can raise it completely on the lift with a special tool.
Wow, awesome. So come here. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for the video. Thank you for everything. Thanks for giving everyone this opportunity to see one of the A3s. In my opinion, it's very difficult to find this level of detail, this level of preparation, this level of aesthetics these days, especially because this car is so beautiful. Everyone who sees it has even commented that it was on a date with a Porsche, and there were other cars that were much more expensive, much newer. But unfortunately, you won't be able to see what I see here in person looking at the car. But if one day you have the opportunity to find this car on the street or somewhere, you will definitely look at it and say, wow, this car is really new. There's nothing to say, there's not a single detail, unfortunately. Really, the video can't convey what I actually see here, but I hope you like it. If you have an A38P, 8 volts, 8L or any other Audi model, comment below for us and also comment here for us what you like most about this audio, okay? So that's it guys. Hugs to all. God bless.